What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Deconstructing Hip Hop, the show where geek meets ghetto, aka the show where we break down classic hip hop beats using modern day music production tools. Now, today's track, Biz Markie's "Just a Friend," really is one of my favorite, all-time favorite old school tracks. Now, I do know that I say that with every single video that, oh, the track that I cover is my favorite track by insert name of artist here. But no, really, Biz Markie's "Just a Friend" really is one of my favorites. Now, why? Well, the thing is that 1989 was one of those years that, a hip-hop song really could become popular enough to chart on some of the mainstream publications like Billboard. However, hip-hop had yet to know the kind of success that it would know in the early and late 90s and the early 2000s. The idea of a platinum hip-hop artist was still somewhat of a rarity, but hip-hop was on the come up at that time. Now, Biz Markie himself, at least to me, is one of those artists that, he just was fun to listen to, all right? Hip-hop, you did have some of your edgier hip-hop at that time. And obviously later on we did have some edgier hip hop come on, but you know what? Hip hop was still about having fun. Hip hop was still about telling a story. Hip hop was just still about, I don't know, it was just more about than just maintaining an image where you had to just show off whatever it was that you had. I mean, yeah, you did have some rappers that did that, but you know what? Even those rappers were able to show and prove with respect to lyrical skill. Now, as far as the production that was done on this track, realistically, there's not a whole lot to it. And I go into more detail about that during the production segment of the show. But, as far as the equipment that was used by Biz Markie in the production of the song, I really do not know, all right? Yes, it was released on Cold Chillin'. Yes, Marley was the house producer for Cold Chillin', but you know what? Biz did this track. I don't know if he did this in Marley's studio or some other recording studio, and I was not about to spend 20 hours just digging through forums and maybe some obscure website where somebody that worked at some particular studio 20 years ago may have been able to offer some insight. Yeah, no, I got some better things to do. But either ways, yeah, I don't know what was used to produce this song. Now, me personally, in my trying to cover the song, I took whatever liberties I could, simply because, well, I could. Now, I use Logic, all right? And I did use Logic in the last couple of videos. And in this particular video, I used Logic to host both Machine and Reason. I didn't have to do it. I probably could have done it all in Machine or all in Logic or all in Reason, but I have all three bits of software, so why the hell not would I do it that way? Did that really sound right? But anyways, yeah. What I ended up doing was I edited the beat in Machine. I did the whole little pianos portion in Reason, and I used Logic kind of just to put everything together, just because Logic allows you to route things, at least allows me to route things a little more easily than you would be able to either in Machine or in Reason by itself. So yeah, man, just let me know what you think, and if you really truly feel that I did some sort of injustice to the track, just let me know in the comments, all right? Now, Just a Friend is actually one of those beats where there really isn't a whole lot going on with respect to the production angle. Now, it's pretty much made up of just the piano loop and the drum sample. And the piano loop itself is not a sample. It's actually what you would call an interpolation of Freddie Scott's "You Got What I Need." So just have a listen and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, man, Biz just played that over again, and that was that. There wasn't a whole lot to it. He probably used whatever piano voice that he had on his synthesizer that kind of sounded like that bright piano sound that you hear in the original track. Speaking of bright pianos, that's exactly what I had used here. Now, to reproduce this track, I used both Reason and Machine inside of Logic. Why? Well, because I can. Well, anyways, as far as the piano is concerned, I did just select the bright piano voice here in the NN19 sampler, ran it through over here in Logic, and just did whatever I could to kind of come close to that sound that Biz had with his particular synthesizer. And of course, it's not going to sound 100% perfect, but I think I came pretty close considering I have completely different equipment. Have a listen. Not bad, all right? Now, the beat itself, all right, it's a really heavy, hard-hitting drum loop, courtesy of Mr. Lee Dorsey's Get Out of My Life Woman. Now, I got a couple of bones to pick with this, but before I do that, I want to say that this particular drum loop, I do know, was used on the very first single that I had heard Fat Joe on, and that was Flow Joe, way back in the 92 or 93, man. It was way back when. And I just remember even in that song, the drums just hit so hard. I think also Salam Remy might have used them on Fuji La. I want to say I read that on Who Sampled, but yeah. Now, the gripe that I had with this particular sample wasn't anything with the music itself. It's the fact that the audio quality of the particular source file, this MP3, sucks. You can hear the compression artifacts way up top. And I'm telling you, I looked here on Spotify, I looked on Amazon, I looked on iTunes, and apparently this MP3 was made from the same master. Now, if you go on YouTube, you might be able to find somebody playing their record, and it does sound somewhat better, but whatever they did to reduce the noise and the crackling, or maybe just compressing it to a digital format, just really mess with the sound. And there are other versions of this particular track with the same drum loop at the beginning, but it's not the same. It just doesn't have the same punch as it does in Just a Friend. So I tried my best over here in Logic to kind of play with the EQ to see if I could filter out some of the hissing and the compression artifacts, but it really isn't the same. And I did end up using Machine just because I could. And Machine just makes my life easier. I didn't want to spend way too much time trying to match up sample tempos and all that. So what I pretty much did is what I've been doing with a lot of these drum loops, and that is just dumping them into Machine and slicing up the individual elements so that whatever adjustment is done to the tempo, it just sounds right. So yeah, pumped it from Machine into Logic, did some EQing, just added a little bit of a reverb over here on the send. I just wanted it a little bit in the background, and that's pretty much it. All right, there's nothing really more going on with the beat. And I did cheat over here. I did put a limiter on the master output just so that I could adjust the levels of the drum and the sample and not really have to worry about clicking. So yeah, man, have a listen. If you do know of another better quality digital copy of the Lee Dorsey file, just point me to it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need those drums at some point in the future. And maybe if you think that my little rendition of the piano here isn't exactly the best, yeah, just let me know. I did find a couple of tutorials on YouTube about it, and they did all right, but they just didn't sound the way I wanted to sound. right, yeah, man, and that's about it. There really is not much more to the track, and as I said before, if I missed something, let me know. If maybe I misplayed a note on the piano portion of the track, let me know. You'd be surprised how many instructional videos or people offering tabs or notes for this particular song there are on the internet. Not for nothing, I just sounded it out. I did look at a couple of videos and they kind of pointed me in some sort of direction, but at the end of the day, I still have to sound things out just to make it sound somewhat like the original. Please like the Facebook page at facebook.com/deconstructinghiphop, or please subscribe to the YouTube page at youtube.com/deconstructinghiphop. If you want to find out when new episodes come out on Twitter, you can find out by following twitter.com/deconhiphop. Or if you would like to follow me personally, you can find me at twitter.com/RogerGill79. Just know that you're going to get some other non-hip hop related stuff in there. So, yeah, I am almost caught up with the episodes. I do know I am short one, but it's going to happen one of these days. But yeah, man, a brother's got some family business to handle. So, until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace.